Assalamualaikum, Akshay Pharmacist Nadeem Cherish is back here with another informative lecture on leading part 2. This is from Pharmaceutical Marketing and Management book by Dr. Nadeem Irfan, Dr. Nadeem Irfan, edition 2011. So in this part 2 of part 1 में हमने क्या डिस्कस किया था? हमने डिस्कस किया था कि मोटिवेशन क्या होती है एंड अप्रोचेस फॉर मोटिवेशन क्या होती हैं और उसकी टाइप्स पढ़ी थी. अब पार्ट 2 में हम पढ़ेंगे थेरीज फॉर द मोटिवेशन. मोटिवेशन की कौन सी थेरीज जो है वो इम्प्लीमेंट की गई हैं टू मोटिवेट द पर्सनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. So motivation is a complex phenomena for which several theories attempt to make it understandable. These theories, known as motivational theories, address to various elements in the process of motivation. यानी हमें ये डिफाइन नहीं कर सकते कि पर्सन मोटिवेटेड है या नहीं, तो इसके लिए वेरियस थेरीज अवेलेबल है. सेवरल मोटिवेशनल थेरीज इंक्लूड नीड, कॉग्निटिव रीइंफोर्समेंट theories are mentioned below. सबसे पहले हम पढ़ेंगे इसमें नीड थेरीज कौन कौन सी हैं. सो नीड थेरीज क्या है कि आपको क्या चीज मोटिवेट करती है. आइदर इट इज दी बेटरमेंट, मनी, आइदर इट इज द प्रमोशन, आइदर इज द नॉलेज और आइदर इज द एक्नॉलेजमेंट. आपको क्या चीज मोटिवेट करती है टू एनीथिंग. The need theories argue the people behave because they are internal needs that they attempt to fulfill. उनके अंदर से internal ये need है कि वो इस चीज को fulfill करें. These theories are also called as content theories and content perspective on motivation because they focuses on the what factors motivate people. So various need theories are mentioned below. सबसे पहले हम पढ़ेंगे इसकी हायरार्की नीड थ्योरी. यानी एक पर्सन को कोई स्पेशल हायरार्की, कोई स्पेशल पोस्ट चाहिए जिसकी वजह से वो वर्क कर रहा है. हायरार्की बेस्ड थ्योरी में क्या होता है? दिस concept of need hierarchy, a version of most popular is the management field, was developed by Abraham Maslow. According to this theory of the hierarchy needs theory, people are motivated to satisfy various needs, and these needs uh, can be arranged in a hierarchy of importance. यानी उनकी जो भी अप्रोचेज होंगे, उनकी नीड्स होंगे, उनको हमने एक डिवीजन में, एक हायरार्की में हमने डिवाइड कर दिया. दिस इज द रैंक ऑर्डर ऑफ प्रायोरिटी. उनकी पहली प्रायोरिटी क्या होगी? मनी होगी, एक्नॉलेजमेंट होगा या प्रमोशन होगा. क्या उनकी पहली प्रायोरिटी होगी? ऑफ नीड. एंड वंस बेसिक वांट इज टू मीट, पीपल स्ट्राइव फॉर द नेक्स्ट नीड. पहले मैं ये अप्रोच हासिल करूंगा, फिर मैं ये, फिर मैं, यानी आपको हर स्टेप पर एक चीज मोटिवेट कर रही है और आप ऊपर मूव किए जा रहे हैं. माउसले hierarchy of needs suggests that the people must satisfy 5 groups of needs in order to approach motivation. So these are the psychological security, साइकोलॉजिकल नीड है. सेकंड है हमारे पास थेरी सिक्योरिटी है. नेक्स्ट है हमारे पास बिलोंगिंग्स, स्टीम एंड सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन. अब हम इस सबको एक एक करके पढ़ेंगे. तो सबसे पहले क्या है? साइकोलॉजिकल नीड. These psychological needs are also called primary need और basic और innate need. यानी एक पर्सन को साइकोलॉजिकली उस चीज से कनेक्टेड फील करवाना है. And are not sustain human life itself and include food, water, clothes, shelter, sleep and other psychological और physiological satisfaction. तो उसको फिजियोलॉजिकली नीड वो चाहिए, तो वो, यानी हम कहते हैं पेट का जो आग है उसको भरने के लिए हर पर्सन को अर्न करना पड़ता है. तो ये हमारी सबसे पहले फिजियोलॉजिकल नीड है. So these needs are inborn and are not conditional by experience in organization setting, adequate wages and work environment itself, which provide uh, which provides restrooms, adequate lighting, comfortable temperature, and ventilation generally satisfy the physiological need. Then come आ जाता है security need. Social हम कहते हैं इसको secondary need कहते हैं. The social need are including acquired और secondary needs. Security need यानी वहां पे बंदा feel free करे, feeling of free करे from the physical danger or suffering and the fear of lose of job, fear of health, fear of property, fear of not having food, fear of not having clothing or fear of not having shelter. ये चीजें उसके अंदर ना इनकैलकुलेट हो. This need, like all other secondary needs, depends on experience and is learning security need. In psychological in context that is related to innate psychological need for itself प्रिजर्वेशन, यानी वो अपने बचाव के लिए वहां पे सिक्योर भी फील करे और अपनी जो उसकी फिजियोलॉजिकल नीड्स है वो भी उसकी फुलफिल्ड हो। देन कम्स द बिलोंगिंग नीड्स, यानी एक सोशल कनेक्शन फील करे वो वहां से। सोशल नीड भी हम उसको कह सकते हैं। दिस बिलोंगिंग नीड्स लाइक सोशल नीड आर रिलेटेड टू द सोशल processes and include the need of love and affection. These needs are satisfied for the most of the people by combination of family and community relationship outside the workplace. A manager, एक जो मैनेजर होता है, can help satisfaction of the need of by allowing the social interaction and the making employees feel part of the team and work by arranging, like for example कोई ट्रिप अरेंज कर दिया उसने, कोई डिनर या पार्टी या कोई बर्थडे सेलिब्रेशन कर दी पर्सनल्स के लिए, या कोई गिफ्ट वगैरह दे दिया उनकी बर्थडे वगैरह पर, दैट फील्स द बिलोंगिंग। देन कम्स टू एस्टीम नीड। एस्टीम नीड क्या होता है? द एस्टीम नीड, these are the egoistic needs under social needs and the primary needs। इसमें social और primary दोनों needs आ जाती हैं, both of the needs are included, and these needs concerned with individual view of conception of self। The egoistic need are also personal drives and are called higher needs। These comprise of two different sets of need of positive सेल्फ इमेज एंड सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट। उसको एक पॉजिटिव इमेज भी चाहिए और एक सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट भी चाहिए। एंड नीड ऑफ रिकॉग्निशन, लोग उसकी तारीफ करें, उसका नाम लें, एंड रिस्पेक्ट। इस इगोइस्टिक नीड में क्या क्या आ जाती है? एक तो लोग उसको जाने, उसकी रिस्पेक्ट करें, उसका एक पॉजिटिव इमेज क्रिएट हो और उसकी लोग रिस्पेक्ट करें। दिस काइंड ऑफ नीड प्रोड्यूसेस सच एज सेटिस्फैक्शन इज पावर, prestige, status, and self confidence. A manager can help the satisfaction of esteem need by giving job titles, spacious offices, and similar reward and appropriate। और उनको कार भी दे सकते हैं to get their esteem needs। Then come the self-actualization। The self-actualization needs include self-realization and self-accomplishment. Like esteem needs, and these needs involve realization of one potential for continuing growth and individual development। The self-actualization needs are perhaps the most difficult for managers to get accomplished. It is desired that one is capable of becoming to maximize potential and to accomplish something. Many managers have accepting like Maslow concept the need of hierarchy, but research has revealed certain shortcomings and defects in the theory. These research have found that the five levels of need are not always present, and that order of level is not always the same as preceded by the Mosley. So, in this most of circumstances, Clayton Alderfer proposed an alternative hierarchy needs theory to उसकी वो theory थी ERG theory of motivation। ERG theory of the motivation क्या थी? एग्जिस्टेंस, रिलेटेडनेस एंड ग्रोथ, यानी वो वहां पर एग्जिस्ट करे, उसको अपनी एग्जिस्टेंस में महसूस हो, वो वहां से रिलेट करे और वो वहां पर रहकर ग्रो करे। द ERG existence relatedness and growth theory suggested that the people need for growth into three possible overlapping needs of category wise: existence, relatedness, and growth. The existent need correspond to the physiological and security need of the individual. And the relatedness need, जो होती है, focuses on the people are related to the social environment. And the growth need ये है कि person including self-esteem and self-actualization। यानी वही तकरीबन मौजले की थ्योरी को उन्होंने 5-7 पॉइंट्स के बजाय उन्होंने 3 पॉइंट्स में डिवाइड कर दिया। द ERG theory further suggests that if need remain unsatisfied at the higher level, the individual become frustrated, regret to lower level, and begins to pursue those things again। और वो दोबारा वो चीज नहीं पकड़ते जब एक बार वो अनसेटिस्फाइड हो जाए। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अ वर्कर प्रीवियसली मोटिवेटेड बाय मनी, एग्जिस्टेंस नीड, उसकी उस पैसे की जरूरत थी, मे हैव जस्ट awarded a pay raise sufficient to satisfy those needs, and he or she subsequently can attempt to establish more friendship to satisfy relatedness needs। अब उसने पैसे की अपनी नीड पूरी कर ली, तो अब वो रिलेटेडनेस की तरफ जाएगा। जब वो रिलेटेडनेस को अप्रोच को कंप्लीट कर लेगा तो फिर वो ग्रोथ की तरफ जाएगा। इफ फॉर सम रीजन द एम्प्लॉयज फाइंड that it is not possible to develop um, a better friendship with other in the workplace, the employees eventually get frustrated and regrets to being motivated to earn money or to get relatedness or to earn growth. So आगे आ जाता है कि although the ERG theories assumes that the motivation behavior follows a hierarchy somewhat in the same fashion as suggested by the Maslow, there are the two important differences. First, ERG theories क्या suggest करती है that more than one level of need can cause motivation at the same time. For example, it allows the possibility that the people can be motivated by the desire like money, existence, and friendship, relatedness, and the opportunity to learn new skills and तो ये ग्रोथ में आ जाती है ऑल एट वंस। ये तमाम एक साथ भी चल सकते हैं, यानी एक आदमी को फ्रेंडशिप भी चाहिए, मनी भी चाहिए और अपॉर्चुनिटी टू लर्न भी चाहिए, ग्रोथ भी चाहिए। Secondly, the ERG theories incorporate frustration regression एलिमेंट, यानी जब एक पर्सन फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हो जाता है तो वो रिग्रेशन की तरफ चला जाता है, डीमोटिवेशन की तरफ चला जाता है। Maslow maintain that one need must be satisfied before the individual can progress to higher need level. For security to belonging, for instance, the individual then is motivated by high levels until they are satisfied. Then comes the other theory, the fourth theory. It is the two factors theory. क्या कहते हैं हम इसको? टू फैक्टर थ्योरी। इस टू फैक्टर थ्योरी को हम मोटिवेशन हायर हाइजीन थ्योरी भी कहते हैं। फ्रेडरिक जो था हेजलबर्ग developed the two factor theories which is also known as motivation hygiene theory. It suggested क्या का suggest करता है कि that the individual satisfaction and dissatisfaction are influenced by two independent set of factors, motivation factor and hygiene factor. The motivation factor influence satisfaction and are related especially to the work content. The factor presumed to cause dissatisfaction or hygiene or maintenance factor and are related to the work environment. For example, एक person high pay है but no recognition है तो वो dissatisfied रहेगा, but एक person है उसको recognition मिल रही है at the low pay तो वो satisfied रहेगा. In this theory, entirely different set of factors are reported to be associated with unsatisfaction and satisfaction. An individual might identify low pay as causing dissatisfaction, but would not necessarily mention high pay as a cause of satisfaction. Instead, different factors such as recognition of or accomplishment have been cited as the cause of satisfaction. तो यहाँ पर टेबल में इन्होंने फैक्टर्स बताए हुए हैं सेटिस्फेक्शन और डिससेटिस्फेक्शन के। तो वो मोटिवेशन फैक्टर क्या हो जाते हैं? अचीवमेंट, रिकॉग्निशन, द वर्क इटसेल्फ यानी उसको काम में खुद मजा आता है, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एंड एडवांसमेंट एंड ग्रोथ। तो ये उसके मोटिवेशनल फैक्टर होंगे। और उसके हाइजीन फैक्टर क्या होंगे? उसका सुपरवाइजर, उसका वर्क कंडीशन, उसकी इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशनशिप, उसकी पे एंड सिक्योरिटी एंड कंपनी की जो है एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की जो पॉलिसी होगी वो। देन कम्स दी टू फैक्टर थ्योरी में क्या आ जाता है? और Herzberg argued that there are two stages of the process of the motivation employees. In the first stage क्या होता है? Dissatisfaction pattern होता है, are eliminated, and the second में क्या होता है? Satisfaction parameter are promoted. पहले उसको demotivation से motivate करते हैं और फिर उसको promote करते हैं. According to the Herzberg, these two stages can be accomplished by ensuring that the hygiene factor are not deficient and giving of employees the opportunity to experience motivation traction. For example, ensuring that the hygiene factor are not efficient, pay security must be approached, and working condition must be safe. Technical supervisor must be acceptable. उसको उसके साथ कोई मसला ना हो. And by providing hygiene factors such as appropriate level, the manager does not stimulate, motivate, but merely ensure that the employees are not dissatisfied. अगर मोटिवेट नहीं करा तो एटलीस्ट वो उनकी डिससेटिस्फेक्शन का पर्पस ना बने. Giving employees the opportunity to experience motivation factors. These employees must be exposed to the motivation factor, including achievement, recognition, and the result can be produced by the high level of satisfaction and motivation. Then comes the acquired theory. Acquired need of theory क्या कहती है? Acquired need of theory कहती है that the need of hierarchy and the two-factor theories of motivation identify that the number of individual need and the attempt to arrange them uh, in some kind of other importance. यानी यहाँ पे कंपटीशन हो रहा है कि कितने लोग एक चीज के पीछे मोटिवेटेड हैं. In other content view of motivation proposed by Michelin and has focused more on the important need themselves without being concerned about ordering them. The three needs most of the often discussed are the need of achievement, affiliation and power. तो यही चीजें हैं, affiliation, power and achievement जो कि person को motivate करती है to do anything. Then comes the need of achievement. एक person need of achievement उसको क्यों आएगी? तो need of achievement को हम पढ़ते हैं in the acquired need theory. तो need of achievement क्या होती है? Need of achievement कहती है the need of achievement is the desire to accomplish a goal or a task more efficiently than in the past. People with high need of achievement are expected to have a desire, assume personal responsibility, a tendency to set moderately difficult goals, and a need to specify immediate feedback, and the preoccupation with their test. David C. and the Michelin, the psychological who first identified the needs of it, argues that the need is assumed to be important for managerial success. Studies have also found that the achievement training can induce the need, and the people who complete their training can make more money and receive promotion faster than the other manager. Then comes the need of affiliation. The need of affiliation is the desire for the human to for the companionship and acceptance. यानी वो एक friendship और एक social connectedness feel करे. People with strong need for affiliation are likely to prefer and perform better in a job than the entails a lot of social interaction and the opportunities to make friends. Then comes the need of power. Need of power भी हर person की ज़रूरत है. The need of power is the desire to be influential to a group of people and to control one's environment. Research has shown that the people uh, with a growth need for power are likely to superior performance, have good attendance record, occupy supervision position, and they show good behavior, professional behavior. And successful manager are a group of people who need to have a stronger power and motivate them to be a successful person. Then comes the um, cognitive theories of motivation. Cognitive theory of motivation क्या कहती है? ये कहती है कि the cognitive theories are also called as process theories or process perspective on motivation are concerned with how motivation occur in people. लोग motivate कैसे होते हैं, किस चीज से होते हैं. Process perspective are the approaches to motivation on focuses why people choose certain behavioral options to fulfill their needs and how they elevate their satisfaction after they have attained their goals. And the most important process of perspectiveness on motivation and expectancy theory is equity theory and attribution theory. तो हम एक्सपेक्टेंसी थ्योरी पहले पढ़ते हैं. द एक्सपेक्टेंसी थ्योरी क्या कहती है? एक्सपेक्टेंसी थ्योरी suggests that the motivation depend on the degree of individual want to do something and expectancy to get it. So कितनी उम्मीद है कि वो जो कर रहा है वो हासिल कर लेगा और उसको वो कंप्लीट भी कर लेगा. अंडर दिस थ्योरी द मोटिवेशन डिपेंड ऑन द एक्सपेक्टेशन ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल. द एक्सपेक्टेंसी थ्योरी argues that an individual consider following three issues before he expend the effort necessary to perform that thing. पहली क्या है? effort to perform expectancy. जब वो एफर्ट कर रहा है तो वो परफॉर्मेंस भी दे। इसको हम कहते हैं ई ओवर पी, यानी ई उसका एफर्ट जो है वो परफॉर्मेंस की तरफ लीड कर रहा है। द एफर्ट टू परफॉर्मेंस एक्सपेक्टेंसी थ्योरी कहती है expectancy is the individual perception of the probability that one effort will lead to acquired performance level. These assumptions may be include evaluation of one's own ability as well as the consideration the adequacy of contextual factors such as the availability of resources. If a person feels that he is well qualified for a project and uh, that the available resources are adequate, then his efforts would lead to the performance. Expectancy would be high. इसकी E लीड्स टू पी जो है एफर्ट टू परफॉर्मेंस एक्सपेक्टेंसी ज्यादा होगी जब उसको पता है कि उसके पास सारे रिसोर्सेज मौजूद है। देन कम्स द परफॉर्मेंस टू आउटकम एक्सपेक्टेंसी, ई लीड्स टू पी। एक्सपेक्टेंसी जो है इसमें इस दी इंडिविजुअल परसेप्शन दैट द परफॉर्मेंस विल लीड टू अ स्पेसिफाइड आउटकम, वो कुछ करेगा तो उसको कुछ हासिल होगा। These outcomes are in terms of some rewards such as bonus, promotion or a good feeling of accomplishment. हमने उसको जो है वो दो चार लोगों में बैठ के मोटिवेट कर दिया, उसकी तारीफ कर दी। देन कम्स द बैलेंस। बैलेंस क्या है? ये खाली जगह। With balance component, an individual assess the anticipated value of various outcomes. वो देखता है कि अब वो ये कर रहा है एक्शन, ये एफर्ट कर रहा है तो उसकी आउटकम्स क्या है, उसके बैलेंस में क्या क्या आउटकम्स को अचीव हो सकते हैं। एक्सपेक्टेंसी थ्योरी रिकॉग्नाइज दैट एन इंडिविजुअल may experience a variety of outcomes or reward in an organization setting. A higher performance may, for example, he may get bigger pay raises and it fosters promotion and more praise from the supervisor. On the other hand, क्या होता है? Out may be subjected to stress and induce displeasure. तो कोई भी चीज उसकी बैलेंस में आ सकती है। माइट भी जो वो काम कर रहा है, परफॉर्मेंस या एफर्ट दे रहा है, आउटकम जो उसको मिले वो उसके उसकी मेहनत के बराबर ना हो। And from the co-workers, each of these outcomes has been associated values of balance and index of how much an individual desire to a particular outcome is the attractiveness of the outcome toward the motivation जो उसको motivate करेगी। The expectancy theory can be elaborated by an example. For example, of a fresh pharmacist looking for a job. The pharmacist will apply for position of research and development with a starting salary of 50,000 rupees per month, even though he wants a job because he realizes that there is a little chance of getting it, right? उसको पैसा चाहिए। The next advertisement, he sees a job of a secure secretary with a starting salary of 2,000 rupees per month. Even though the pharmacist realizes that he could be probably get the job, he will not apply because he does not want that 2,000 rupees only. उसको इस चीज का आइडिया होगा, एक सेक्रेटरी की जॉब में उसको 2,000 दे रहा है सिर्फ एक महीने का, और उसके बरक्स एक जॉब है जिसको 50,000 रुपये पर मंथ करेगा, तो वो 2,000 की जॉब में कभी भी अप्लाई नहीं करेगा। बेशक वहां पे कोई भी अप्लाई ना कर रहा हो तब भी अप्लाई नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि पे जो उसका आउटकम है वो ही बहुत कम होगी, उसकी मोटिवेशन ही नहीं होगी उस जॉब पे अप्लाई करने के लिए। इवन दो द फार्मासिस्ट रियलाइजेस दैट दी he could be probably get that job of 2,000 rupees, but he would not apply. However, he will apply to the first job of the production pharmacist with a starting salary of 8,000 rupees because the expert reasonable chances of getting it. वो 8,000 की जॉब कर लेगा क्योंकि वो उसकी फील्ड से रिलेटेड है। The basic expectancy model of employees motivation leads to effort, and the effort when combined with employees ability and environment factors result in the performance, and performance it turn to lead to the outcomes, and that outcome each of which associated with a balance, यानी एट द एंड उसको क्या चीज जो है वो हासिल हो रही है. Then comes the satisfaction performance theory. Satisfaction performance theory कहती है कि an interested extension of expectancy theory has been proposed by Porter and Lawyer. We suggested that there may indeed a relationship between satisfaction and performance. High performance may lead to high satisfaction. Performance results in various toward an individual. The reward may be extrinsic or intrinsic. वो अंदर से भी खुशी हो सकती है या उसको कोई पैसा गाड़ी वगैरह भी मिल सकती है. The pay and promotion are the example of extrinsic rewards with some intrinsic reward as the self-esteem. उसको खुशी होगी, उसका confidence बढ़ेगा in the feeling of getting an accomplishment. Then comes the equity theory. Equity theory क्या कहती है? Equity theory suggests that the people are motivated to seek social equity in the reward they receive for high performance. Other than define equity of an individual believes that the treatment one is receiving inferior relevant to the treatment received by others. According to the equity theory, outcomes from the job include pay, recognition, promotion, social relationship, and intrinsic reward. To get these rewards, the individual makes the input to the job, such as time, experience अपना देगा, अपनी effort, education और loyalty भी offer करेगा to get the equity theory of motivation. The theory suggests that the people view their outcomes and the input as a ratio and then compare it to the ratio of someone else. वो अपने आप को दूसरों की कंपेयर करेंगे कि इसने इतनी इनपुट दी थी उसको इतना आउटपुट मिला, मैंने इतनी इनपुट दी थी मुझे कितना आउटपुट मिला. तो आउटपुट ओवर इनपुट ऑफ हिमसेल्फ एंड आउटपुट इनपुट ऑफ द अदर के साथ वो अपनी रेशियो प्रमोशन में प्रोपोर्शन बनाएगा. व्हेन इंडिविजुअल कम्स रिवार्ड ऑफ other in on or other organization, they may feel it equity or इक्विटी. वो ये भी फील कर सकता है कि दूसरों के बराबर मैंने बेहतर काम किया है तो वो करेगा इक्विटी मोटिवेशन. जब वो दूसरों के बराबर मोटिवेशन उसको नहीं मिलेगी, उसको उतना उतना आउटकम नहीं मिला तो वो इनइक्विटी में जाएगा. तो इनइक्विटी में provoke dissatisfaction और इक्विटी प्रमोट करेगी satisfaction. Then comes the theory of attribution theory. Attribution theory suggests that the individual observed behavior includes their own and the attribute causes for and the meaning to it. Attribution theory is also just that the individual can alter their perception and thus can be motivated by evoking themselves with a certain fact. Manager need be aware of this effect because they may lead to unexpected and even unwanted changes. Then comes the reinforcement theory. In the reinforcement theory क्या होता है कि the reinforcement theories try to explain the worker behavior due to the consequences of the environment. This theory is based on the laws of effects, according to the which the behavior having pleasant or positive consequences, they are more likely to be response, and the behavior having unpleasant और नेगेटिव कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस उनके ऊपर कोई भी रिस्पॉन्स नहीं करेगा, उनको बाबा कोई भी रिपीट नहीं करेगा. जो चीज़ आपको मोटिवेट करेगी वो आप करोगे, जो नहीं करेगी मोटिवेट वो नहीं करोगे. सो इन इन बिहेवियर मॉडिफिकेशन 4 टाइप्स ऑफ reinforcement आर अवेलेबल. उसमें कौन कौन सी है वो मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करती हूँ. वो है पॉजिटिव रीइंफोर्समेंट, नेगेटिव रीइंफोर्समेंट, एक्सटेंशन एंड पनिशमेंट. तो पॉजिटिव रीइंफोर्समेंट क्या है? पॉजिटिव रीइंफोर्समेंट कहती है द टेक्निक aimed to increase our desired behavior, which involves providing a pleasant and rewarding consequences to encourage that behavior, like praises, pay, उसका कोई जॉब में सैलरी में रेस, promotion, etc. are the present rewards which individual received. Such positive rewards leads to repetition of that desired behavior. Then comes the negative reinforcement. The negative reinforcement involves the provision of unpleasant stimuli to an employed demonstration or desire behavior in order to um, stop the disagreeable stimuli. उसको कोई चीज़ बार बार रिग्रेट में जा रही है तो वो उस चीज़ को ख़त्म करने के लिए नेगेटिव री से भी खुद को मोटिवेट कर सकता है. लाइक पॉजिटिव री एंड नेगेटिव री focuses on increased desired behavior, बट उनका आउटकम जो होगा वो दोनों का सेम होगा. वहां पे एक पॉजिटिव चीज आपको स्टिमुलेट कर रही है, यहाँ पे एक नेगेटिव चीज आपको स्टिमुलेट कर रही है टू गेट अ डिजायर बिहेवियर एंड टू इनकम्पलिश अ डिजायर थिंग. Then comes the negative reinforcement may make the individual feel negatively toward the manager providing the reinforcement. The stimulation may switch to the wonder of low performance. Then comes the extension. Extension क्या कहती है? Extension is the technique that involves withholding previously available positive consequences associated with the behavior in order to decrease the behavior. Then comes the punishment. Punishment is the technique that involves providing a negative consequences in order to decrease discourage a behavior. For example, and criticizing the unwanted behavior, suspending an individual without pay, etc., are the example of the punishment. The punishment differs with negative reinforcement. It aims to decrease or discourage an undesirable behavior, with the negative reinforcement tries to increase or encourage our desirable behavior. Punishment usually applied after demonstration of the undesirable behavior. Conversely, negatively reinforcement occurs before the individual engage in a undesirable behavior. Then comes the social learning theory. Social learning theory of motivation क्या कहती है? The social theories are combining with the elements of both of the cognitive and the reinforcement approach. It argues that the learning outcomes through the continuous interaction of the people with people behavior, various personal factors are the environmental factors, etc., contribute to the motivation. Social learning argues that these cognitively released processes and the important in explaining people behavior, symbolic processes, observational learning, and self-control. Then comes the symbolic theory. Symbolic theory क्या कहती है? The symbolic process are the various ways that the people are verbal and imagined symbolic to process and store experience in representation form, words and image form, that serve to guide the future behavior. According to the social learning theory, people rely on the symbolic processes in attempt to solve problems through the use of the symbols. And for example, without keeping in view the alternate course of the atoms, and the symbolic process incorporates our cognitive elements called as self-efficiency. The belief is the one capabilities to perform a specific task compared to the effect over performance your expectancy थी. It is more oriented toward confidence about the one's capabilities, and it is useful for explaining the levels of the goals the people set and the efforts of the persistence. Then comes the observational learning. In the observational learning, in the people ability to learn new behaviors uh, or to assess their probable consequences by observing others. Contrary to the arguments associated with the reinforcement theory, people do not actually have to perform a behavior by themselves to learn about the consequences. The process of observing, attempting to imitate the behavior of other called as modeling. तो modeling क्या करती है? The modeling takes place in the four stages. क्या क्या stages हैं? In intention stages, people select a model for observation because of the perception of model success and skill. उन्होंने कोई successful person देखा, उन्होंने उसको symbolize कर लिया उसकी वो अब ऑब्जर्वेशन करेंगे. इन रिटेंशन stage the people retain information about the behavior of that person, and in the reproducing stage people try to attempt to reproduce the same behavior जो कि उनके मॉडल कर रहे थे. Then comes the final stage, the motivation, whereby people are motivated to adopt the model behavior, and reinforcement facilitate this stage. Then comes the self control. Self control or self regulation is the ability of an individual to exercise control over the own behavior by starting standards and providing consequences, both reward and punishment, for one's own action. Self control enhances performance when the people make their rewards conditional ऑन रीडिंग आर चैलेंज प्रेजेंस लेवल ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस. तो यहाँ पे हमने सारी की जो मोटिवेशनल थियरीज थी वो कंप्लीट की हैं. आगे हम जो है इसके पार्ट 3 में रिवार्ड सिस्टम मोटिवेशन पढ़ेंगे, और हम पढ़ेंगे कि कौन कौन से जो स्टेप्स हैं वो रिवॉर्ड की तरफ लीड कर सकते हैं. देन वी विल स्टडी द लीडरशिप, उसके मेन इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ द वर्कर क्या है, और रोल ऑफ लीडिंग एंड रोल ऑफ लीडरशिप एंड इन एनी कम्युनिटी क्या होता है. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर लिसनिंग. काइंडली सब्सक्राइब टू माय चैनल आस्क योर pharmacist for such an amazing sessions regarding the pharmacy. Thank you so much. Subscribe to my channel, Ask Your Pharmacist. Nadeem, Allah Hafiz.